Well, no one expected this from Cowboys star and announcer Tony Romo. He's going to have a hard time sweeping this game under the rug and wishing it never happened. Oh boy, did the public go crazy over this or what? In this video, we look into the comments Tony Romo made about Tom Brady's wife and other times NFL stars were inappropriate. Let's start from the beginning of the game. Tony Romo, a CBS announcer, is under fire for comments he made during the big Sunday game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Tom Brady had a wonderful day on Sunday. He's no stranger to history or records, and he added another to his extensive list of achievements against the Chicago Bears. Brady had already thrown 599 touchdown passes with less than a minute left in the first quarter, and he was ahead 14-0. He took the snap and sent a deep throw to wide receiver Mike Evans, who was surrounded by defenders. The controversy: Brady's 600th touchdown throw was caught by the Pro Bowl receiver, and he became the first quarterback in NFL history to do so. Mike Evans unknowingly gave the touchdown ball to a spectator in the crowd. Cowboys legend Tony Romo pretended to narrate the discussion on the broadcast as a Tampa Bay staffer bargained with the fan. He's like, "We need that ball, that's 600. Romo said as Tom, "So what do you want, $1 million? No. A date with Giselle? A date with Giselle and I'm in. Okay, Tom will do it. Go out one time, you got it," said Romo, posing as the fan and the Buccaneers official. What did everyone think about that? Fans were outraged by Romo's remark and blasted him on social media. While Romo is normally articulate in his delivery, the reaction to his remarks has stirred uproar on social media. During the broadcast, his comments were met with disapproval when Romo indicated that a date with Brady's wife Giselle would be just what the fan wanted. Brady would not allow his wife to go out with a fan, thus this was obviously a joke from Romo. While some fans laughed it off, others on Twitter were not amused by Romo's remarks. Tony Romo suggesting Brady trade a date with his wife for his 600th TD ball is just weird, borderline creepy. Dude is a good broadcaster, but so awkward sometimes, one person tweeted. Why do we need to listen to @Tony Romo fantasize about trading a football for a day with Giselle? What does Mr. Romo presume would happen with Giselle during that day she has been traded like property for a football? One Twitter user asked. Time to butter up the fan. According to the Tampa Bay Times, the Buccaneers sent the fan a signed Brady jersey and a helmet, an autographed Mike Evans jersey and game cleats, a $1,000 team merchandise credit, and 2 passes for the remainder of the 2021 season and following season. On the Monday Night Football Manning cast, Brady also mentioned that he gave the fan a Bitcoin valued at roughly $63,000 to sweeten the deal. I think it's easy to say that players and commentators alike will be more careful of their actions and words from now on. Let's take a look at other inappropriate moments in NFL. Ex-NFL player makes bail. A disturbing video that was released just last weekend shows Zach Stacy as he brutally attacked his girlfriend, Kristen Evans, in front of their 5-month-old child. He was seen picking her up and throwing her into a television set. After evading arrest for a week, Stacy, 30, was arrested at the Orlando International Airport on Thursday. He was slapped with charges of aggravated assault. On Friday, the former NFL player appeared in court for the first time, and a judge granted his release on $10,150. It's overwhelming to think back. I love this man, and we had life plans together, Evans said. Evans claims Stacy's abuse goes back months, starting when she became pregnant with his child last year, with the terrifying attacks escalating. The physical abuse had begun in May, but Evans didn't report it as she was pregnant with Stacy's first child. Police said they had responded to 2 other domestic incidences involving the couple in the past. Evans has now received a restraining order against him. Romanowski's steroid use. As with many great sportsmen, one issue with something can taint an otherwise fantastic career. Performance-enhancing medications, particularly steroids and HGH, were the culprit in Bill Romanowski's case. In truth, he acknowledged using anabolic steroids and human growth hormone from Victor Conte of Balco on 60 Minutes in 2005. There are few players who could have equaled Bill Romanowski's on-field performance during his prime. He racked up over 1,100 tackles, which was a record high. His numbers matched his performance at 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 245 to 250 pounds. He was a beast. Imagine being tacked by Romanowski, especially when he was on those steroids. Could have been like getting hit by a little Toyota car traveling at 30 miles per hour. That's not going to be a pleasant experience. A former star and his addiction. Mike Cosson, a former NFL player, and his wife, Jana Kramer, an actress and country music sensation, are divorcing after 6 years of marriage. Cosson and Kramer penned The Good Fight, Wanting to Leave, Choosing to Stay, and The Powerful Practice for Loving faithfully 7 months ago about being together despite Costin cheating on her many times in 2016, which he blamed on his sex addiction at the time. Costin was allegedly caught cheating again, prompting Kramer to write an Instagram post about how she's moving forwards after battling to preserve their relationship for the previous few years. NFL player linked to dogfighting ring, Michael Vick had just completed his 6th season in Atlanta a few months prior and had won 3 Pro Bowls. Vick was active in doing good off the field in addition to his on-field accomplishments. He was planning to meet with members of Congress later that month to discuss more money for after-school activities. Vick was later elected to Congress. Instead, he went into hiding after his identity was revealed to be linked in a dogfighting ring with more than 50 canines in the news. Vick and the 3 other defendants pled guilty to different counts in August 2007 after first pleading not guilty in July. Marijuana before the games. Harvin was a first-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings in 2009 and had a decent NFL career. When he first entered the league, he was named Rookie of the Year, was named to the Pro Bowl, and was named to the All-Pro team. In February 2014, he won the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. Still, Harvin struggled with anxiety, which he says played a factor in his brawl with Seahawks teammate Golden Tate prior to Seattle's Super Bowl triumph against the Denver Broncos. It appeared that smoking before games helped to reduce his mental anguish. Harvin had said, "There's not a game I played in that I wasn't high, and that's what I want the world to kind of see today, is it's not a stigma and people doing it and getting in a whole bunch of trouble. It's people that are just living a regular life that just got deficiencies or just want to enjoy themselves. A natural way to do so." Harvin played for the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills in addition to the Vikings and Seahawks. He last appeared in the NFL with Buffalo during the 2016 season. There's a full moon. Prior to the Super Bowl 20 in January 1986, quarterback Jim McMahon mooned a news chopper as it hovered over the Chicago Bears practice field in New Orleans. This was inappropriate, to say the least. A fight between Mason Rudolph versus Myles Garrett. Helmets are designed to protect heads rather than smashing them. Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph and Browns defensive end Myles Garrett got caught up at the end of this game between Pittsburgh and Cleveland back in 2019. Garrett replied by seizing Rudolph's helmet, yanking it off, and beating him in the head with his own protective equipment. Browns defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi assaulted a player, and Steelers center Maurice Pouncey jumped in to punch and kick Jarrett. A brawl starting with Jalen Ramsey versus AJ Green. In 2017, after a little push from wide receiver AJ Green, cornerback Jalen Ramsey slammed into the ground as the clock approached halftime. It immediately became physical, with Green holding Ramsey in a headlock, dragging him to the ground and striking him repeatedly. Both teams raced to the brawl, which resulted in players in a heap on the field. For the incident, Green and Ramsey were both expelled. Following the game, both players shared their perspectives on the situation. While Ramsey claimed that his trash language went into Green's mind, Green stated that he was protecting himself and apologized for his out-of-character outburst. Only the fact that no suspensions were issued was more unexpected than the incident itself. Commentator Tony Romo needs to wash his mouth out with soap before he begins any more work at a big stadium games, while ex-NFL player Zach Stacy needs to think seriously about the actions he's done to harm his baby mama. With fights, mooning, controversy, and abuse of substances, it seems NFL stars have been caught committing almost every inappropriate crime in the book. Thank you for watching.